We all want to be happy, but we couldn't achieve it yet. This is not the first year of your life. You have been living, you have been trying, you have been doing so many things. Finally, you could achieve something, but you couldn't find happiness. I'm sure. I'm sure about that. That's why you are still doing things to make yourself happy. That's why you go for parties. That's why you go on holiday. Sometimes you have planned your next holiday because you're not happy. And I'm sorry to say this, but this is the truth. If you are happy, you don't have to go on holiday. Because happy mind doesn't bother you. Happy mind doesn't have vexation. But if your mind is vexed, you always try to do something to come out of vexation. That's what is happening. But we all want to be happy. We all want to come out of suffering. But still, you didn't get a chance. I also had the same situation, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to be happy. When I listened to my parents, I asked them, how can I be happy? Then they told me the same story as your parents told you and the society told you. They asked me to get a good education. Not only for me, for my siblings. I have a brother and a sister. And my father was a principal of a college. Then they asked us to get a good education. Then finally, we wanted to be happy. Therefore, we got a good education. And my elder brother became an engineer. My sister became a doctor. And I became an aeronautical engineer. We couldn't achieve happiness. We were vexed. Especially I was vexed. Therefore, I asked them again, how can I be happy? Then they said that if you stay in Sri Lanka, that's my country, if you stay in Sri Lanka, you never be happy. You need to go abroad. Then decided to go abroad. That's where I got my degree completed. Then I started life in UK. There I have associated many successful people, but they named them as a successful person. But I didn't see their success. They were so rich. Being rich, if you think that being rich is successful, they were very successful. But I saw that they were suffering. They had many plans. They wanted to achieve their plans all the time. They were vexed. And sometimes they quarreled. I didn't see calmness in their mind. But I associated them because I wanted to be happy. Then when I asked them, then they said that if you can be a rich person, you will be happy. You will be happy forever if you have money. That's how I got. I think everyone, you all got the same story. If you have plenty of money, then we will be happy. I think that's why you came to this country, maybe. That's why you do things that you are doing to make a lot of money. Then name you as a millionaire or billionaire. I wanted to become a millionaire. the first first European millionaire in my family. That was my target. And I thought that I'll be very happy and I will live like a king by helping all of them, my relatives, and they will respect me. I thought that when they respect me, I'll be happy. Didn't you think? This is not my story, only my story. This is yours either. We all had the same thing. We thought that if everyone respects us, then we will be happy. We will live like kings and queens. But finally, I didn't achieve anything. I started businesses. I saw money. Money started to love me. Money wanted to come to me. But still, happiness didn't come to me. Then I thought that, what should I do? Because my only aim was, the sole aim was to be happy. I would do anything to be happy. Therefore, I had been trying so many things, but finally, luckily, I got the Dhamma. Dhamma means the Lord Buddha's doctrine. I listened to the Dhamma. I've understood the Dhamma. Finally, I realized the Dhamma. I realized the world with the Dhamma. That's the time I decided to stop all these things and to become a monk. I found what I sought for. Therefore, I didn't want to continue what I had been doing. I'm going to share what I have understood. If you can understand what I'm going to say right now, you will take the same path. I think you all want to be happy, but if you listen to this, give me a promise. Do you really want to be happy, or do you really want to follow the society? That's the thing. Are you strong enough to work against the society for your happiness? When I decided to be a monk, I got a lot of problems from the society because the society didn't know about the truth. They thought that I'm a lunatic because I'm going to leave the United Kingdom and come to Sri Lanka again, and I'm going to stop my businesses and become a monk. What do you think? If you just listen to that, a young person, a young man wants to stop everything and become a monk. Perhaps you might think like that. That's what I told you. You might think like that because of lack of understanding. By saying that, I'm not insulting you, please. I will talk about ignorance. When I use the word ignorance, that doesn't mean that you are ignorant in your education. I'm talking about lack of understanding about the truth. I will talk about ignorant mind. When I say ignorant mind, I'm not insulting you again. Ignorant mind means the mind which doesn't know the truth. If you know the truth, you will stop everything, ladies and gentlemen. Before I wanted to do a lot of things, I'm telling you. But today I don't want to do anything. I can stay on this chair until evening if you want me to do. I have a peaceful mind, serene mind, very calm. If you all stand up or stand against me and start to blame me, I can bear it. I can tolerate it like a duck to water. because I have achieved something. I got the refuge from the Buddha. And Mahasangha taught me. The people who have understood the Dhamma taught me a lot of things. I have practiced. I have been practicing. Still I'm practicing. I love this because this makes me happy. To achieve happiness, I don't have to do anything now. Before I had to go to parties and enjoy dancing and all this stuff. What you are doing right now, I had to do all these things. I had to earn money. I had to earn money because I wanted to make me happy. Sometimes I wanted to go to a jungle to see animals, to be happy. But now, I consider, why did I go to a jungle to make myself happy? By seeing animals? Still you do this. Because you follow the society. If someone asks you to jump, you will do that. Because if they convince you, and if they promise you that you will get happiness by jumping, I think you won't think twice, you will do that. You are desperate, ladies and gentlemen, to be happy. You try to find happiness in the world. You try to do things to make yourself happy. But happiness is within you. I didn't know that. With the Dhamma, I've understood that. Therefore, I stopped doing all these things and I started to focus on myself. I thought that my parents will give me happiness. My spouse will give me happiness. The society will give me happiness. That's what I thought. That's what you think. And that's what you expect. I can guarantee you, you'll never be happy until your last breath. If you expect the society, if you expect happiness from the society, from the world, try if you want. Try a million things, but still you won't be happy. Getting married, having children, these are the traps you got. Because when you were vexed, the society told you, if you can get married, you will be happy. That's how finally you got married. I don't ask that, are you happy with your marriage? I know the truth because I have associated a lot of people. A lot of people came to ask for counseling sessions, then I know how happy they are. They couldn't achieve happiness. How can you be happy if, think about this. I'll give you a small example. You and your wife, or you and your husband, whoever, your partner. You like pink color. He likes blue color. Which color you are going to use for your bedroom? Without fighting. Without sacrificing. Do you think that sacrificing is happiness? If you want to be happy, if you want to have a good married life, you had to sacrifice. You had to let him win or you had to let her win. Then let's assume that you let her paint the room blue color or pink color, but you don't like. Then you have to suffer. Each time you come to the room, you suffer. You always sacrifice. But you think that you are happy. How? Everybody is sacrificing to have something. Because they expect happiness from the society, from the world. If you get a good education, definitely you will get a good job and you will get some money. But money doesn't give you happiness. I don't say that money doesn't give you anything. Money will give you something. Money will give you some food. By eating, if you think that you can achieve happiness, why are you vexed so far? Why are you vexed yet? You have been eating whatever you wanted. You got it. Because you had money. You went for buffets and you ate all sort of dishes. Perhaps or sometimes your stomach can't bear, but you did it to make yourself happy. What happened? After that, you had to go to another restaurant and start to eat. You will do this until your death, but you won't be able to achieve happiness. I'm telling you these things, ladies and gentlemen, happiness is within you. But the problem is, with happiness, suffering is created in your mind. That's what I found. That's what I learned. Happiness is created in the mind. That's a natural state of mind. The mind is always happy. Happy means serene. Happy means tranquil, calm. That doesn't drive you, but vexation drives you to do things, do many things. Then the Lord Buddha's teaching taught us why the suffering is created in the mind. When I found that happiness is within me, it was a relief, ladies and gentlemen. It was a huge relief. I thought that I can achieve happiness. That's why I have been doing many things. But finally, I came to know that happiness is within me. That means I had happiness from the beginning. But as you all know, we didn't feel it. We only felt vexation so far. Vexation, restlessness. Then through the Dhamma, I saw the truth. Why the suffering is created in the mind. Happiness is created in the mind. At the same time, parallelly, suffering is also created. We only feel suffering. We only feel vexation. Therefore, we think that we can achieve happiness from the outside world. Therefore, we tried. We have been trying to achieve happiness. But from today, if you can understand what I am going to say, you will stop finding happiness from the outside world and you will focus on yourself. That's why I focus on myself now. I stopped everything. I only focus on my mind. I know that because I have experienced it. Now I don't want to go to a party. I don't want to play. Before, I wanted to play. I wanted to play cricket. I wanted to play boxing. I loved. But now, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to eat many things. I don't want to eat delicious things. Now I want to eat something edible. to save my life. Therefore, I can beg now, but I'm the happiest person in this audience. I'm the poorest. I don't have even a penny with me. I have only this robe and an alms bar. That's it. That's the only thing I have. But I can say I'm the happiest person because I don't want to do anything to make myself happy. Because I found the truth. I have been practicing the truth. Therefore, I know what to do now. Therefore, I never come to you and tell that, please make me happy. But if you don't see the truth, you have to go to your friends and say that, please help me to be happy. Let's arrange a party because I'm not happy. Let's arrange a party. Let's dance. Can you come and dance with me because I'm vexed? You expect this from the society. Sometimes you go to a community center and ask, can you do something for me because I'm vexed? Or sometimes you go to a psychiatrist and say that I'm going to commit suicide. Please help me. Because I'm vexed. I don't know what to do. I'm vexed. I can't see my future. I'm not happy. These are the things you have heard from the society, ladies and gentlemen. These are the things people suffer. But if you see the truth, you will win. I'll tell the truth. Please listen to the truth. Try to contemplate. And the other thing is, I'm not arguing with you. I want to help you. I came to this country to help you. I came to this occasion to help you, not to argue with you. I'm sure that you will understand this. If you understand this, then you will agree with me. If you agree with me, let's start a new journey. We have a monastery. There we have more than 800 people who practice the path every day. They will guide you. How much will we charge to show you the path? 0. Because my teachers didn't charge. They showed me the path. Lord Buddha didn't charge. Therefore, we don't charge. We will show you the path. If you understand this, let's start the journey. Before that, let's talk about the truth. When you want to be happy, you went to a person who didn't understand the world. That's what the biggest mistake you did in your life. I did that. I went to my parents. They were well educated. But they were so ignorant about the truth. And I went to my teachers. They were so ignorant but well educated. When I went to them, they gave me a view. They told me that have a desire. Have a desire. Not a normal one. Have a burning desire. But when I associated with them, I found that desire is a disaster. Having a desire kills you, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the thing. This is the solution we always get from the society, because we always associate ignorant and ignoble people. Ignorant and ignoble means not bad people. I don't mean that they are bad. I don't mean that they are sinners. They are ignorant and ignoble. Ignoble means they couldn't achieve happiness. They don't know the path to happiness. But they know something. They want to help us. Therefore, they plant their view in our mind. Therefore, they always ask to have a burning desire. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a burning desire, your mind is vexed. This is the reason of vexation, a desire. I'm not talking about an aim. You should have an aim. Aim and a desire, they are completely different things. You can have an aim. I want to achieve my salvation. You also want to achieve your salvation. That's your aim. But if you have a desire to achieve your salvation, you never achieve it. Because salvation means come out of vexation. How can you come out of vexation? By being vexed. Desire. I'll tell you a story. You will understand it. There was a boy. He got a view from a person about delicious food. About a delicious food, something. Someone told him that go to that restaurant. It has delicious food. Then he got a view and he got a desire. He got a desire to eat delicious food. At the same time, his mind is vexed now. When the mind is vexed, mind can't see anything, ladies and gentlemen. The mind wants to come out of that vexation. That's why when you have a burning desire, it drives you forward. There are two things you can do when you have a burning desire. One is do something to achieve your desire. The other thing is committing suicide. That's what's happening. People always ask you to have a burning desire, and sometimes when you listen to people who talk about positive thinking, they always ask you to have a burning desire. They say that having a burning desire makes you rich and you will be successful by having that. Then finally you have it, your children have it, and they try to achieve that. Because when you have a burning desire, your mind is vexed and the mind wants to come out of vexation. There are two ways to come out of vexation. One is to achieve that somehow. The mind doesn't see what's correct or wrong at that time because it's vexed. When you are vexed, do you think about other people? Tell me the truth. You are a kind person, I know that. But when you are vexed, do you think about others? No, you want to come out of that vexation. That's what happened. That doesn't mean that you are a bad person. But when the mind is vexed, the mind doesn't have any other options. Only one option. Somehow, the mind will come out of vexation. The mind will bring many things to come out of vexation. Then that boy got a small desire. I will go to that restaurant and eat. But the problem is that boy was so poor. But he got a desire. And it became a burning desire. I wanted to eat from that restaurant. He doesn't have money. Therefore, he had to earn. He applied for jobs. He couldn't find. But he's vexed. He was vexed And he didn't have money. Now tell me the option. His heart is burning. At that time, his heart was burning. Now tell me. What are the options he has? He couldn't find a job. He didn't have money. But he wanted to come out of vexation. Like you all want to come out of vexation. Luckily, you have money. Therefore, you spend money to come out of vexation. When you have a burning desire, maybe go to see something, go on holiday. Then you collect money, you lend money. When you have money, you can come out of vexation. That's why you strongly believe that having money makes you happy. But that boy didn't have money. Nobody gave him. Therefore, finally, he also had to do something because he can't bear. The mind can't tolerate vexation, ladies and gentlemen, because gradually it increases. And finally, he had to steal. He came to your house, he broke your door, and he got your jewelries and ran away. Now tell me, is the money the root of all evil? Some people think that money is the root of all evil. Do you think that it's money? I'll tell you another story. There was a boy. He saw a beautiful girl. By seeing her, he got a new desire. I want to marry this woman. I want to marry this girl. That's the desire he got. And he went to that girl, asked for her hand, but she rejected. Now you know the state of mind of that boy. Can't tolerate. Still he has the desire. That desire created vexation. Gradually it increases. Again he went to that girl and asked. She rejected. Because that boy was ugly. That boy was ugly, but he has a desire. Desire, ugly. His face was ugly, but he had a desire. Due to that desire, his heart was burning. He had to do something. Even the poorest man in the world, he had to do something. Even the ugliest man in the world, if the mind is vexed, the mind has to do something to come out of vexation, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't depend on your look, your social status, because the mind is vexed. We are talking about the society, but the mind thinks about itself. It is vexed. Therefore, it has to do something to come out of vexation. Third time he went to that woman, that girl, and asked for her hand, but she rejected. What can he do now? Then he raped that girl. Tell me, what is the root of all evil? That soul is so innocent, ladies and gentlemen. Before he got that desire, he was a nice person. He respected everyone. But he got that desire. He tried, because when you get a desire, the mind is vexed. When the mind is vexed, the mind can't see other things. If your children are hungry, your mind is vexed because you have a desire to feed your children. Somehow. At that time, you never think about social ethics, do you? When you have a problem means when you are vexed. You don't think about social ethics. You don't want to consider about. And you don't want to think about your virtues. The mind can't tolerate that. Therefore, it will do anything. When I studied the Dhamma, I found out the root of all evil is desire. Desire. Desire is the root of all evil. When you have a desire, you will suffer and you will commit sins. Think about sins you have committed. Why did you do that? Why did you hit a person? Why did you destroy a person? Why did you blame a person? Why did you insult someone? Why did you steal? Why did you cheat? If you are happy, you never do that. You have done it due to vexation. Therefore, you are not to be blamed. Vexation is the problem. Vexed mind is blind. It doesn't have virtue. It's not virtuous. Vexed mind can destroy entire world, ladies and gentlemen, within a second. If you have a power to rule the world, and if you are vexed, what will you do? Your virtues may delay it, but finally you will do that. That's why you can see wars. I don't want to destroy the world, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to even insult a person. I don't want to insult you. I always feel love to everyone, like my love to my mother. I want all of you to understand the Dhamma. I don't want to destroy the world. I don't have any quarrel with anyone because my mind is serene. It doesn't want to come out of anything. It doesn't want to do anything to come out of from anything. It doesn't struggle. It's very calm. It's very serene. But if your mind is vexed, you will do anything to come out of vexation. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, don't trust a vexed mind. Most of the time you think that this society is very rude. These people are so rude and they insult each other and they try to come to the top by putting other people down. You have seen all these things. You have been talking about all these things. You have been cheated. You have been robbed. Therefore, perhaps you hate the society. Please don't hate the society. All these things happen because of a desire. Therefore, desire is to be destroyed, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I told you, have an aim, that doesn't matter. But if you have a desire, your mind will be vexed. How do you get a desire? At the beginning, I told you, I got all my desires by associating ignorant and ignoble people. People means it can be a book, views. We always associate other people and we get views from them. When I talk to you, you talk about yourself. Then you might say that I have achieved this. This was very good. When I say that, when you say that, this was delicious, this was so good, fantastic, can you remember this? This is the desire. What? It was so good. Because your mind always believes that, the world is pleasurable. Therefore, when someone talks to you about a pleasure, then you accept that and you believe it. When I say about a restaurant, why do you believe? Just tell me that. Okay, let me ask this question. When I say that you are excuse me, I'm going to use a word, I'm not insulting you, but I will tell you, if I say that you are a donkey, do you believe that? Do you believe that? No. But if I say that this book is so nice, why do you believe it? If I say that that place is so beautiful, why do you believe that? Without a second thought, you believe it, ladies and gentlemen. But if I say you are a donkey, you don't believe it. Because you always think that the world is pleasurable. Everything is pleasurable. Because you always expect to be happy by associating the world. Therefore, forcefully, you believe that everything is pleasurable. Then you can associate the world. You can associate each and everything to make yourself happy. But you have associated, but you couldn't achieve happiness because this world is not pleasurable, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is pleasurable in this world. If you don't understand that, you will grab each thing at each time. That's how you grabbed a woman, a man. You thought that your spouse is pleasurable. A marriage is pleasurable. Having kids is pleasurable. Getting a good education is pleasurable. Go on a trip, going on holiday is pleasurable. You always think that. What did you achieve by going on holiday? I know one thing. You have a good memory now. You can remember still, I think. That's the only thing you have, and the other thing is body pain. Because you had to climb a mountain. Again, I'm not insulting you by saying these things, ladies and gentlemen. Let me speak freely. If you promise that you don't angry with me, I will speak freely. Someone wants to climb a mountain. And he does. Finally, what he has achieved. First thing is, he can't avoid that. He can't stop that because he had a desire. When you see the mountain, I must climb. Then if you search about the mountain, if you find out about the mountain, then you came to know that no one has climbed. Then you got a new desire. I will be the first person who will climb the mountain. You have a big desire now. Then you can't stop yourself after that. You will gather all the equipment you need, and you will take a month, maybe, and you will climb the mountain. What will you achieve, ladies and gentlemen? Then you might say that happiness. Then if you believe that, why don't you climb a mountain? If you believe that path to happiness is climbing a mountain, it's very easy now. We don't need the Buddha. We don't need Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Lord Krishna. We don't want these people. It's sacred people. We know the path. What is the path? Climbing a mountain. Do you think that people who have climbed are happy right now? If you find out about their life, they may have committed suicide. People who went to moon, what happened to them? Do you think that they have achieved a lot for them? For mankind, maybe. We respect. But for them, what about their happiness? What happens is, when you are vexed, you try to do something to come out of vexation. If you successfully come out of vexation, you will feel pleasure. Pleasure always comes after vexation, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you an example. You hold a heavy box for 5 minutes, let's say. After that, I ask you to keep it on the ground. Won't you feel a pleasure? Then, if you want to get a pleasure, that pleasure again, what should you do first? What should you do first? You have to hold it again, ladies and gentlemen. When you have a headache, I'll give you 1,000 examples. Because we have mastered, because this is our life now. We study the Dhamma, we try to realize the world, and we have seen the world, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we are having a serene mind. We associate you, but we don't have any attachment with you. We help you, but we never get vexed because of you. Let's assume that you have a headache and you take some paracetamol. Just tell me. After you take that, you will feel, don't say happiness. Don't say happiness, please. You won't feel happiness, you feel pleasure. You feel a pleasure. Then, if you want to get that pleasure again, before that, do you feel the same thing right now? When you had a headache, you got some paracetamol. After that, you got something pleasurable. Can you experience? I think you experienced that before. Okay. Do you have the same feeling right now? Because you don't have a headache. You don't have a headache. Do you feel the same feeling? No. To get the same feeling, what should you have first? Headache. Look, first vexation. Then you have to do something to come out of vexation. Then you will feel a pleasure. Therefore, each time you want to feel a pleasure, then you have to be vexed. Don't worry. The society will make you vexed. The society will give you many views by saying that this is pleasurable, that is pleasurable, and you have a million things that you believe that they are pleasurable. Therefore, each time when you believe that this is pleasurable, then your mind is vexed and you want to achieve this and you will do something to achieve this if you are successful. you will feel the pleasure. When you feel the pleasure, you think that again, this world is pleasurable. Initially, the mind thinks that this world is pleasurable. This world means everything. When it thinks that the world is pleasurable, it's vexed. It is vexed. Then, when it is vexed, it has to do something to come out of that. I told you, there are two things you can do. One is try to achieve that somehow by selling your all virtues. At that time, you never think. A vexed mind can't identify his mother. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard about some people hurting their parents? They didn't come to this world to hurt their parents, ladies and gentlemen. But they hurt. Because the vexed mind can't see virtues. The vexed mind can't see its parents. That's why the vexed mind can do unbelievable things. Some people rape their own mother. How can a person do that? He didn't come to this world to do that. But his mind was so vexed. He couldn't control himself. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Vexed mind is uncontrollable. Vexed mind is not stable. It's like a bomb. You have to stabilize your mind by removing your all desires. Not aims, your desires. To remove your all desires, you need to understand the truth of the world. If you believe that the world is pleasurable, that's the trap. Therefore, we should find out about the world, about pleasure. Think about anything that you believe that it's pleasurable. Now try to contemplate that. Is that actually pleasurable? Or when you believe that it's pleasurable and a desire is created in your mind and then your mind is vexed, then the mind will do something to come out of that. If it can do it successfully, it will feel the pleasure. When you want to meet a girl, you go to her and ask. She rejects, your mind is vexed. Next time, she rejects, your mind is vexed. It's getting bigger now. But third time, she will say yes. How do you feel? You feel that you won the world. You might feel that I have achieved my salvation. Have you experienced that? Haven't you experienced that? I think you have. But how long it lasted? For a second. Because you were vexed and you came out of that. That's why you felt pleasure. Pleasure never lasts long, ladies and gentlemen. But happiness is a mental condition. If you think that you have achieved happiness or you have felt happiness, I'm sorry to say, you haven't, but you have felt pleasure 1,000,000 times just after vexation. Just after vexation, you have felt that. But that's not happiness. Happiness is a mental condition. At any condition, you will be happy. if you can cure your mind, if you can see the truth, if you can see the truth of the world, if you can see the truth of this flower. I know you all believe that this flower is red. And you all believe that this flower is so beautiful. That's why you kept here. And you all believe that this is here. This flower is colorful. This flower is beautiful. You believe that. But can I tell the truth? This flower doesn't have a color. This color is created in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. This is scientifically proven. This color is not in there. Colors are not in the world. Colors are created in your mind. This has pigment. This has a dye on it. With the help of light and your eyes, you know that you have corn cells in your eyes? Rod cells, corn cells, you have heard these things, I think. When the corn cells are activated, an electric impulse is created and it goes to the brain. After that, the brain releases a message. The mind starts to be created at that time. This is a little bit deep, but this is the truth. Then the red color is created in your mind and it projects on this. It projects on this. Therefore, you see and you perceive that this flower is red color. Then you think that it's so beautiful. And you get attached yourself to this flower because this flower is red color. You think that this flower is red color and you think that this flower is beautiful after that. And you feel that this flower is pleasurable. But this flower is not pleasurable. It doesn't have even colors. This is made of 4 basic elements. If you don't familiar with that, I would say this is made of subatomic particles. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. I'll ask a question. I think in this audience, there are many scientists, people who have learned science. Just tell me, what is the color of electron? What is the color of an electron? What is the color of a proton? What is the color of a neutron? With the help of them, I would say they are colorless. They don't have a color, ladies and gentlemen. That's why when you take a picture from electron microscope, you won't see a color. If subatomic particles don't have colors, how do you say that this is a red color? This is made of subatomic particles. Everybody knows that everything is made of subatomic particles. Electron, proton, neutron, pion, neon, ions. There are so many subatomic particles they have found so far. All these things are colorless. If all these things are colorless, but you are familiar with electron, proton, neutron. We don't have to talk about other things. They are colorless. If they are colorless, how can this be? How could this be red color? This is not. The color is created in your mind. The taste is created in your mind. The smell is created in your mind. All the sensations you get, all these things are created in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. In outside world, you have only things that are made of subatomic particles that can't be seen. If something is colorless, can you see that? Can you see air, Buddha? Can you see air? No. Why can't you see air? It's colorless. But if we spread a dust, a colorful dust, colorful means, don't be deceived, colorful means which has a pigment, like your skin. Do you think that you see me? No. What you see is your mind. Again, I'm telling you, these things are so deep, but I really enjoy that. You may be vexed now. But I enjoy this because I know. And you will know. And you will enjoy one day. I don't have time to explain everything, ladies and gentlemen. I'll do my level best. Before I told you that having a desire is the problem. Desire is created because you think that this world is so pleasurable. You think that this world is so pleasurable because you can see colors, you can taste, you can smell, you can touch. But you think that you can touch this. You think that you can see this. No. These colors are created in your mind. You see your own mind, ladies and gentlemen. You see your own mind. If you want to say that something is pleasurable, say that your mind is pleasurable. But it's not. You know that. It's so vexed. That's why you are restless. You want to do everything to come out of vexation. And you know that when someone comes, you are distracted. Why? Each time, I have seen this. This is not the first time I have seen. I have done 1,000 sermons. I have seen. When you focus, you listen. If someone comes, you want to maybe mark the register. Who is that? Me first take. If another person comes, you can't concentrate. Why? You are looking for something. You are looking for happiness, ladies and gentlemen. Each time your mind is vexed, the mind wants to know something because it's not completed. It's not satisfied. It's always vexed. Therefore, you want to find out about something. That's why, let's assume that you feel a bad smell somewhere. Now you start to feel that, a bad smell. Don't you want to find where it comes from? But it's a bad smell. Why do you want to find out about it? It's a bad smell. You try to close your nose, cover your nose, and try to find why. Again, I'm not insulting you, ladies and gentlemen. This vexed mind tries to find happiness even you know the answer. It's so desperate. We don't have time, ladies and gentlemen. I just warmed up, but time is all. I have a million things to say. I have studied this. I have mastered this. I have achieved this. Not completed, but I have achieved this. I can be happy. I don't expect happiness from outside world. I have a million things to say. But time is always against us. But I told you one thing. This flower is not red color. This red color is created in your mind. This flower doesn't have a smell. Smell is created in your mind. It doesn't say that nothing is there. Something is there which is made of subatomic particles. Otherwise, which is made of 4 basic elements. Don't try to think that everything is in your mind. Not everything is in your mind. But all the things you can sense. Sight, sound, touch, smell, taste. All these things are created in your mind. But there are things which are made of 4 basic elements. This is one of them. Not the color, but the matter. Matter is there, but color is created in your mind each time. Then how can the world be pleasurable? You haven't seen your wife yet. If I say that, you will say, oh, he's a lunatic. I have seen her and I don't want to see her now. You might say that. You might think that. But you haven't seen your mother. You have seen the color which is created in your mind because of her pigments. That's why when you wear a nice makeup, you are different. When you go to a mirror, you see yourself. You see yourself means actually you see melanin. That pigment on your skin. If you don't have melanin, that's a dye, it's a pigment. You won't see anything. If a person without melanin comes to this stage, will you see him? Will you see him? No. Then how could you say that this world is pleasurable? I know that you will be happy. You will achieve this. You can achieve this. But the burning desire is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. But you won't get a burning desire willingly. When you listen to a person, you will get a desire if you think that the world is pleasurable. That's why I told you, if I tell you that this book is fantastic by saying this, fantastic, wow, all these words you're familiar with. Fantastic, so delicious. You believe it. You believe it because you have a belief that the world is pleasurable. But I wanted to explain all these things to prove that the world is not pleasurable. The world you have been sensing so far was created in your mind. Yeah, actually world is not pleasurable. By saying that, I don't say that world is so ugly. Can you say that? World is neutral. Because you haven't seen it yet. You haven't touched it yet. If you think that you have touched something, you are mistaken. If you think that you have touched your children, you are mistaken. Because touch is, that sensation is created in your mind due to your nerve endings. You don't have to use your arm to touch anything. You can use your brain to touch. By fixing some sensors, and if you can give an electric impulse, you will feel touch. I'm talking about science, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to our teachers, we have learned science very well. Therefore, now we can gather science and Buddhism and reveal the truth. May the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem be with you all and bless you all. Thank you very much.